I'm Sean with League Estates. And not only do we want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving, but we want to give thanks for all those who have stood with us and helped us out this year and have been at our side. So many of you have helped us in so many ways, and we just want to give thanks for that. But I also want to go over this special holiday and how it's come about and become a national holiday in the United States. So everyone knows about the story of, in 1621, when the Pilgrims in Plymouth, Massachusetts, had basically a giant feast with the local Indians, and that was because the Indians had helped them the year before and had shown them how to grow local crops like corn. And so we've heard about that, but actually it started earlier than that. In 1619, they had an official Thanksgiving. It was the first official Thanksgiving, and that was in Virginia, the colony of Virginia. And that was by declaration of the London Company. They said the day that the ships land was considered a holiday of Thanksgiving, because they actually survived the trip across the ocean. So that was the first official holiday. And until the 1683, the Thanksgiving holiday was more of a state holiday because it was a religious holiday, and that religiousness comes from England originally. There were days of Thanksgiving when good things would happen. Like, for example, in 1588, when the Spanish were defeated by the British, in the Channel, then that was considered a big deal, and the church declared it a national holiday, that they should have a Thanksgiving holiday. So before happening in the U.S., it didn't happen at any particular time. It's just when great events would happen. They'd have days of fasting for when bad things happen, and then they have days of Thanksgiving when good things would happen. So, but in the United States, it became more of this date. It's going to be a Thanksgiving day. So it stayed a state holiday until, like I said, 1683. And the reason for that is, it was considered a religious holiday. So the federal government didn't want to have an official religious holiday because of the no mixing of church and state. And also the South was against it because it was more of a northern holiday. Virginia, Massachusetts, some other northern states actually celebrated it, but the southern states did not celebrate it. But Sarah Josepha Hale, who had the Ladies' Book, which is a women's magazine, just like we would have today, talked about fashions and politics and all kinds of things. She was well known throughout the 1800s. In fact, she's the woman who wrote "Mary Had a Little Lamb," which I'm sure almost anyone knows. Well, she was trying to get Thanksgiving to turn into a national holiday, and she'd often write about it in her magazine. And in 1863, she actually wrote to President Lincoln, begging for him to make it a holiday. And this was just after Gettysburg and everything. And Lincoln thought it was a great idea, a good idea to give thanks for the things that we have, even with all the slaughter and all the bad things happening. It would help bring the country together to have a national day of Thanksgiving. And so he made it law, and it didn't actually start happening until about 1870, just because the war was still going on. But by 1870, it was a well-established holiday. And that stayed that way until about 1939, when Roosevelt declared that it shouldn't be the last Thursday of the month, which Lincoln had made, but the second to last Thursday of the month. And they did that for shopping reasons, so that the shopping season for Christmas would be longer and hopefully help out the retailers because, the Great Depression. So then that stayed like that for about 2 years until right after Pearl Harbor in 1941, Congress passed a law that says Thanksgiving is the day it is now, which is the last Thursday of the month. So, and ever since then, we've had Thanksgiving every year on the last Thursday, eating all the turkey and stuffing and pumpkin pie, my favorite. So that's a little history on how the holiday came about. And I hope you guys have a warm and lovely Thanksgiving dinner and a great rest of the holiday season. Thank you. Have a great holiday.